Do you have a 2 pound sack of flour laying around your house or apartment? Then you got a lot. What? Yeah, let's talk about it. Back in a minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, this is Jan. Welcome to another episode of my channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. Let's talk about saving. I was shocked and amazed as to how many things I yielded from a 2 pound sack of flour, all purpose flour. Now, oftentimes we try to find creative ways to save money, but one of the best things we could do sometimes is make something from scratch. Not only is it, in my opinion, I'm only giving you my opinion, probably a little bit healthier because you're not having a lot of things with so many chemical additives in it. You're making it fresher. It's just delicious, and if you're really trying to stretch a buck, I cannot believe how much 1 2 pound sack of flour has yielded me. It's sort of, I don't know, re-energized me into baking more and doing more. And this is the goodness, honest truth. And I noticed that I made a bunch of things, of course, during the recent Christmas vacation for family and stuff like that. But I was shocked and amazed as to how much creative, delicious stuff was yielded from a mere 2 pound sack of flour. And by the way, just for the record, I still have some flour left in that 2 pound sack. So let me go on to mention to you what I already used up the flour for. But before I forget, have you noticed how many things you could create with a 2 pound sack of flour? Let me know in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. We would love to know. All right, so here we go with this. All right, so with this 2 pound sack of flour, all-purpose flour, basically I made. Remember that chocolate loaf bread that you saw recently? The one that you could probably consider adding chocolate chips to. I didn't have chocolate chips though, but if you want, you can make that bread. Doesn't take up very much flour, in my opinion. So I yielded one of those chocolate loaves. I yielded one of those cinnamon swirl bread, the one that tastes like a cinnamon roll. As a matter of fact, I did a video on that one too. This is from the same sack of flour. Just mentioning. All right. What I did not film, but I did, was a bundt cake. Yeah. Remember, I said I want to get a new bundt cake pan for myself, and I did. Well, I made a bundt cake from that. All right, that was served up pretty nicely. Yeah. Next, I made it was either four or five, probably five, looking back. Personal sized pizzas. By the way, those are a great thing. Like if you have impromptu company to get one of those quick doughs ready. Oh my word! Remember, I sent I don't know a few weeks back. I sent a few weeks back. I did a video on that, right? And you could check that out. But one day I decided to make up a bunch of them for company. And that dough is like one, two, three quick. When I knew the folks were coming over, I just made a bunch of those. I made them personal size. I just like threw them in the oven and everything just like was so good. So this is all from the same sack of flour. Just saying. uh, I made a dozen oatmeal cookies. And I made an oat bread or an oatmeal bread. That was for me because I love that. I love those kinds of breads. I really probably will probably do banana bread or an apple bread in the not so distant future. 2 pounds of flour. Not to mention, I think I might have used it once or twice as a thickening agent in a sauce or a gravy. I probably did. Oh, at holiday season. Hello. I'm just telling you, I did not even finish yet that sack of flour. Now, this to me equivocates into actual savings. Yes, good morning, bird clock. It's 6 a.m. on the nose on the week prior that you're listening to this. But no joke aside, if you're a person that's having it really, really rough, budget wise and food wise, whatever, please do not overlook the power of even having a 2 pound sack of flour in your home or apartment. I just mentioned a ton of stuff that yields so much for so many servings in it. For example, you can make, let's say, a banana bread or an apple bread in the beginning of the week, and you could like share that all week long for a quick breakfast. Don't even have to fuss or muss. You have a quick breakfast going on there. That would be absolutely wonderful. It's very inexpensive. It's very delicious. Or that chocolate loaf bread. I have to tell you, I got a lot of compliments on that one. Got a lot of compliments on that chocolate bread, and I know some folks out there listening have already made that. Having these baking supplies in your home or apartment can really save you money. During the holiday season, I picked up a bunch of sugar, white sugar, because I got a sale on. I customarily don't buy a lot of sugar, but this year I took advantage of a really good sale. I'm like, hey, it's on sale. I will eventually use it in a recipe, so why not? Okay, so that's what I did. I took full advantage of it. Having the fixings for a pizza, I usually used to buy, toasted. I call it toasted pizza, the frozen one. I decided I don't want to do that as much anymore. I'm not saying never. That would be unrealistic, but I don't want to do that as much anymore because, first of all, I really enjoy the taste of the easy way to prepare a no yeast dough pizza. It's so simple. What I would like to do, my next round, is like make individual packets, prepared packages of the mix of the pizza dough, no yeast mix, the individual one. Just put them away. And then when I need them, I just take them out, add my little bit of oil and my little bit of, I believe it's milk to the recipe. And if you don't have milk, by the way, sometimes water works just as well. Not always, I'm just saying the truth, but sometimes it works just as well. Just imagine the world. If you've been afraid to use flour or never thought of it, and this is the truth, not everybody thinks of it. People are so busy, or maybe they used to do it at one time and then they abandoned the cause for whatever the reason. But let's say right now you're having a little bit of a harder time stretching, especially that all important period of time for many people from, let's say, payday to the time that you're stretching it from. Okay, everybody's trying to work it out to not have those very difficult times and balance it out. And that's a wonderful thing. You know how much I'm always pushing that, right? To talk about that. But let's be real. Sometimes there are more difficult months than others because sometimes bills change or circumstances change. And it may be a little bit of a stretch from your funding to your actual next paycheck for anybody living paycheck to paycheck. Having these supplies on hand. Do you know how much that 2 pound sack of flour cost me? I mean, for this area, I would consider that pretty cheap. $1.39. So $1.39 helped me yield. Let's go over this again. Let's go over this again. It is well worth it. So $1.39 helped me yield a chocolate bread loaf, which was so good. The cinnamon bread that tastes like a cinnamon bun. The folks loved it. Folks loved that. That's a great take along, by the way. One bundt cake that makes a great presentation during the holiday season. About five, I think it was either 5 or 6 personal sized pizzas, which I did an impromptu lunch with. 1 dozen oatmeal cookies, okay, and an oat bread. The oat bread was for Jan. So that whole week, I just kept slicing I didn't dice it, slicing the oat bread for breakfast, made for a very delicious, easy. Just cut it up and have my 25-cent to this day cup of coffee. I'm not going to pay a lot of money for breakfast. I refuse to. I try not to pay a lot of money for all my food, actually. That doesn't mean I'm not having good food. That doesn't mean I'm not having choices. But I made the decision. I did the math on how much I was spending on those outside frozen pizzas, the one with all the, looks like a chemistry lab, the ingredients on the back of the box. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the chemistry lab didn't taste good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's designed to taste good. I didn't say it wasn't convenient. Yeah, it's very convenient. But it was also kind of costly. So between the extra costly and that, I'm like, I want to figure out a way that I could do this, make a delicious pizza on my own, tailor make it to the way I like it. Maybe one week I might want. Usually I'll have pizza night on a Friday. So I don't mind just throwing this pizza together. It's so easy. We have to get over our fear of flour. Our fear of using flour and of baking from scratch. If you make a mistake, you make mistakes. So what? We learn from our mistakes. But I just wanted to share with a proud and happy heart for only $1.39. That tool, meaning the flour, all-purpose, has really helped me. And there's an easy way that you could turn all-purpose into self-rising flour. I don't remember exactly the ratio of the thing, but look it up. It's all there. It's all out there. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you. Have a great day and a great upcoming weekend.